Yo guys, what's going on? It is another Friday. Another time for another G.I. Joe unboxing. Trying to figure out where all the characters are going. Actually turning out pretty damn well. At least for Cobra. We do have a couple of questions going on with G.I. Joe. Still have a bunch of G.I. Joes coming in. I do think we are actually almost finished with the Cobra Officers, which means hopefully we can concentrate on the troopers and G.I. Joe. Literally, there's only a couple more officers I want. Votar and Miss Amato to finish the Iron Grenadiers officers. Headman, Cesspool. We have Overkill coming. And then we have the Iron Grenadier Destroyer and his spoiler coming. We do realize that there will be more officers coming. Which is going to be insane. There will be more troopers coming, which will be insane. We will definitely see how things go. Like I said, I would love to get a Neo Viper, a Shock Viper, or Shock Trooper. We still need incinerators. We still need Flak Vipers. We still need Heat Vipers. There is still a lot of troopers we need. Definitely need to finish out the Iron Grenadiers. we do need the Snow Serpent version 2. Crimson Guard Immortal. It's a pretty long list, but today we're starting our almost to the last row with the Crimson Guard Commanders, Tomax and Xamot. They are definitely 45 and 44. So in this row, it's going to be, the back will be Overkill, followed by Tomax and Xamot, finishing with Major Bludd. Then we're going to have Dr. Mindbender, Baroness, Iron Grenadier Destro, Cobra Commander, hopefully a row of the Royal Guard, and the last row will be Serpentor and Globulus with Immortal and Pythona in the back. So I'm seriously pretty excited how this is turning out. I don't know how big Globulus will be, but you know he has to be pretty huge. I think the original was the size of a ruler, so this will be insane. I am hoping either the tail is really flexible or the tail is detachable. And there's a couple versions of the tail. We'll see how that goes. But let's get into this. So I'll be honest, Major Bludd was one of my early favorites. I love Destro because he was the inventor. This is version 2 of Major Bludd. Comes with the new background. So we got the backpack, the dog tags, the helmet, 2 rifles, and 2 rockets. Major Bludd was one of the greatest classified figures that they made, the original. And this is not pretty much the same, except for this, which definitely is not the same. original was better as far as the you go now? Putting these on is a pain. I think I had it upside down. So as I was saying, Major Bludd, when G.I. Joe first came out, was one of my favorite characters. Okay, so the backpack's not sticking out. Just because he was literally the commanding officer of the Cobra Troopers. No. Backpack's not going on. Plus, he was a mercenary. That face sculpt, though, is insane. So the twins have the older things. They come with the two knives, the silencer. It's a pretty good combination of things. So we got the knives. So for me, the only reason I like the Crimson Twins is because they are the commanders of the Crimson Guard. And because when you punch one of them, the other one feels it. And, I mean, let's face it, in a firefight with twins, not knowing who you captured is pretty insane. Although I did think G.I. Joe knowing who was actually pretty funny. But I mean, they are literally the exact opposite of each other. Look-wise. Xamot is right-handed, Tomax is left-handed. One of them is supposed to have a scar, which I don't see. I love that we have that for Major Bludd. I mean, it looks pretty insane. I think Xamot has the scar. I think the biggest difference physically you can see is where the sash, one it almost covers up the Cobra symbol, the other one doesn't. That one looks a little bit bigger. He looks a little bit buffer. Just a little bit. Which is pretty insane. But I'm definitely happy with the figures. So yeah, we got room for Voltor and Miss Armada, Big Bull, Raptors, Scrap Iron, Firefly, Copperhead in back, put Headhunter, move Crystal Ball forward, Cesspool, Dice, Slice, Night Creeper Leader, Overkill, I think that's Tomax and Xamot and Major Bludd. Got room for one more. Excuse me, which will be Mindbender, Baroness, Destro, Cobra Commander. Oh, well. I guess we'll open that next week. Get Dr. Mindbender, Baroness, Cobra Commander going. Then we'll do Pythona, Nemesis Immortal. So we get the wingspan of Nemesis Immortal with Pythona. And Serpentor. And then we open up the Royal Guards. So as you can see, yes, the Cobra Officers are actually almost done. Two more there, two more there, one. Overkill's coming. Then all we need is Globulus. Troopers. I need a Retro Cobra Officer. The Neo Viper. Hydro Viper's coming back there. I would love to get a Cobra Moray. The Black Eels is my last Cobra Eel. Maybe a Snow Wolf for my last Snow Troopers. The females going up front for the Crimson Guard. Immortal going in back. Still waiting on one more Cobra Trooper. Or Battle Android Trooper. Cyber Viper is going in that hole. We did pick up a Red Ninja. I might pick up another Night Creeper just to use the other head, create version 2. Alley Viper fell down, but we got room for Shock Viper, the Grunt Viper. You got Cell Viper back there, Night Viper, and I don't know what else. Frag Viper, Flak Viper, Incinerator, and the Heat Viper, the Ghost Viper, hopefully a whole troop of dire tech characters, the Mole Rat, Sludge Viper, and both versions of the Toxo Vipers. Got room for the Iron Grenadiers, and that row will be used for the Headhunters. So yeah, 3 more weeks, this is done. Can open up the G.I. Joe Vamp. Go into the Star Wars Sith unboxing, and then come back for G.I. Joe. I think we're going to start on top with Beachhead, Flint, and Duke. So get ready for this. This is starting to look insane. Also cleaned up a little for getting ready for my Transformers. That's probably going to be the after my Super 7. And then Soul of Trogogan. Little by little, everything is getting opened. I really can't wait to see how everything looks unboxed. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, especially for that. I want to see how that and the Vamp looks. Be safe, stay dry, take care, and as always, aloha.